I'm Liam. For a long time, people came to me with their problems. I was good at seeing patterns, good at offering clean ways through things. And for years, I thought that was connection. I thought that was contribution. This isn't a podcast about fixing people. It's not about growth, motivation, or insight. It's about what adulthood actually costs when you stop rescuing yourself or anyone else. If you're looking for comfort, this won't provide it. If you're willing to sit with what responsibility takes away, as well as what it gives you, you'll recognize what this is. This first episode is about something I didn't expect to miss. I don't miss fixing people. I miss what fixing gave me. Rescuing isn't generosity. It's a role. And roles always pay something back. Adults don't stay in roles that give them nothing. If rescuing persists, it's because it rewards the rescuer. The real question was never, why do they keep coming to me? It was, why did I keep staying? For a long time, when people came to me with problems, I treated it like a request. Not explicitly. They never said, can you fix this? But the posture was familiar. They'd talk, I'd listen. And almost immediately, I could see the pattern. The avoidance, the move they weren't making, the decision they kept circling, so I'd offer something back. Not dramatically, not forcefully, an observation, a way through, and then nothing changed. Same person, same problem, different week. At first, I told myself it was timing, then stress, then complexity. Eventually, I had to face something simpler. It wasn't a problem, it was venting. That's uncomfortable to admit, because venting wears a lot of disguises. It sounds thoughtful. It sounds reflective. It sounds like self-awareness, but it doesn't move. It just goes round. Once you notice the difference between someone actually working on something and someone just offloading, you can't unsee it. So I stopped. Not in a way anyone would notice. I didn't confront anyone. I didn't explain myself. I just stopped offering solutions. I listen. I observe. I nod. And I don't step in. Here's the part that matters. Venting isn't neutral. It's just transaction. There's a structure to it. First, the pressure moves. One person offloads emotional weight, another person absorbs it. Relief moves, responsibility doesn't. Second, the roles set in. The speaker feels lighter without changing. The listener feels useful without impact. Nothing resolves, the loop stabilizes. Third, the cost build-up. The person venting stays unaccountable. The rescuer stays occupied. One avoids discomfort, the other avoids emptiness. That's the exchange. Rescue didn't solve anything. It just kept both of us where we were. The rescuer becomes the pressure valve that keeps the system intact. What surprised me when I stopped wasn't the relief, it was the loss. Because fixing gave me things: intensity, focus, energy. Two people engaged around something charged. That feels like connection, even when nothing actually changes. Without that, some conversations went quiet. Not colder, just flatter, less alive. And then there was the puzzle. I like puzzles. Seeing structure where others see mess. Fixing gave me something to get stuck into, something to solve. But here's what I had to admit. Most of those weren't real puzzles. They were loops. No ownership, no consequences, no willingness to sit with discomfort, just complexity with no cost. Bad puzzles that pretend to matter. When I stopped rescuing, I didn't lose a gift. I lost a bad puzzle. And I won't pretend that didn't take some stimulation out of my life. There was also challenge in fixing, friction, pushback, something to push against. When you stop rescuing, there's less of that. People don't escalate. They don't engage the same way. They don't lean in, and that leaves a gap. Not loneliness exactly, more a quiet where drama used to live. And drama, even when it's dysfunctional, gives shape to time. Here's the truth that doesn't get said enough. Rescuing creates stimulation, not progress. And stimulation is easy to mistake for meaning. Drama gives shape to time. Role gives identity. When both disappear, you're left with yourself. Adulthood doesn't add intensity. It removes noise. And then it asks, what are you doing when no one needs you? That's the bit people don't prepare you for. When you stop fixing, you don't suddenly feel fulfilled. You're just less occupied, less involved in other people's chaos, less needed. And you have to decide what to do with the space that leaves. So here's the challenge for the next 24 hours. Notice where people are venting at you. Don't fix, don't correct, don't educate. Just notice. Where are you being used as pressure valve instead of a mirror? And then ask one adult question. What am I getting out of staying here? No judgment, just honesty. Some connections only exist when someone is leaking. When that leak stops, the connection often does too. It means something conditional ended and adulthood began right there. When you stop mistaking intensity for connection and responsibility for distance.